Presidential candidate Ron DeSantis returns to Iowa this weekend, visiting his 99th county. And for this stop, he has some extra support with him. The president of Family Leader Bob Vander Plaats recently endorsed DeSantis, saying he's the best choice to be the Republican nominee. Bob Vander Plaats joins us now in the studio this afternoon. Thanks for taking some time.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's just jump right in. Why Ron DeSantis and why now with this endorsement?
Well, you know, you take a look at Phil. First of all, we're blessed with a great field of candidates. But I think when it comes down to the top three, I think Trump can win the nomination. I just don't think he can win the general election. I think Nikki Haley can win the general election, but I don't think she can win the nomination. I think DeSantis can do both. I think he can win the nomination and the general election. And what really closed me, Janae, was at our Thanksgiving Family Forum 2 weeks ago. Sure. When Governor DeSantis said, listen, I've proven I can win. I can take a toss-up state and turn it deep red. I can win in demographics that we don't win in. I've been a bold and courageous leader. I can lead on day one for 2 terms versus being a lame duck on day one. Surround myself with a great team, and that's what America needs today. And I thought, he just delivered it so well. He's getting way better as a candidate. For those of them who watched him debate Governor Newsom last night, you know, he just really took it to Governor Newsom and pointed out the differences in policy. So thrilled to back Governor DeSantis.
Okay, so that's what sealed the deal. Let's talk about the difference endorsements are making, right? Because we obviously have Governor Reynolds in DeSantis' corner, now you. Other candidates are touting their endorsements. What difference do they make, and what difference does the Family Leader make in this?
Well, first of all, it's a personal endorsement. It's not a ministry endorsement. And but I think what is that, and I've told people all over the place, you know, my endorsement's worth 1 vote. I'm going to vote for Ron DeSantis. But then I'm going to do everything I can to make it stick, so hopefully people can follow. But I think what's showing here is that with Governor Reynolds' historic endorsement, along with my endorsement, 40-some legislators, Steve Deace, there's a lot of influencers, Cody Holford up in Northwest Iowa, Troy Sharman, Southeast Iowa, a lot of endorsers coalescing around Ron DeSantis. Because we really see this as a 2-person race, Governor DeSantis and the former president, President Trump. And I think Iowa would be well served, and we do our job for the country by giving America a choice. You know, do you want the former president again and Donald Trump, or do you want a turn the page to a new generation with Governor DeSantis to be your nominee?
You bring up the former president. After your endorsement, there's been a little sparring. I don't want to say a war of words. Maybe that takes things too far, but he's been questioning your endorsement of Governor DeSantis.
Well, first of all, I still consider President Trump a friend. And so I know him pretty well, and I know how he plays. So he goes after Governor Kim Reynolds for being disloyal, or she sold out for a promise of something to Governor DeSantis. That Governor DeSantis bought my endorsement. Donald Trump knows better than anybody that my endorsement never has been and never will be for sale. Governor DeSantis earned my endorsement. This isn't personal against the president. I think what it is, people still can like the former president, like what he did, what he accomplished, but we need to win in 2024. And I think part of what Governor Reynolds has done with her endorsement, what I've done with my endorsement, is to give the people of Iowa an assurance. It's okay to move on, because this isn't about a person, this is about the future of our country.
All right, so friendly jabs, you're saying. I don't know.
Well, he's, you know, Donald Trump plays hard. I mean, he's a New York street fighter, right? But I also consider the source. I know where he's coming from. If there is truth there, I'd be concerned. The fact is, we know there's not truth. We do everything in sunlight. We have a 100% charity navigation rating. So we feel really good about what we're doing.
So now that you're in DeSantis' corner, you have a big weekend, because the 99th county that he will check off, and you're saying, yep, you've made the rounds, but that is a pretty big feat.
It's a big deal. Anybody who's traveled to all 99 counties, you know that's a big feat. They call it the full Grassley because he made it popular. But when Darla and I were in Tallahassee with the governor and first lady of Florida, DeSantis's, way back in May, and he was talking about running, and I said, you know, you're a very popular governor, but you want to get to every Iowa county. You want to shake the hands. You want to work hard and earn it. Because I'm a big believer in the harder you work, the luckier you will get. And Iowans respect it, that you not only just show up in Polk County, but you show up in Appanoose County or Lyon County or every county in between.
that's the beauty of the Iowa caucuses, right? It's still doable to get in every corner of the state.
That's why Iowa means so much. And I think what Governor Reynolds said in her inauguration address, America needs more of Iowa today and less of DC. And I think the candidates who have come here, Vivek Ramaswamy, Nikki, Tim Scott, Mike Pence, obviously Governor DeSantis, they appreciate Iowans and how serious they take this process.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us.